So apparently my opinions are null and void, and my ex-wife knows more than me about everything. I know that I have had a long life and a sweet and fresh and delightful journey. But I am sure that it wasn't all perfect. I cannot doubt that at some point I would have needed medication for whatever reason, but I do not get a say on whether or not my perfectly healthy son is medicated against my will. So good night, and may your journey through life be kinder on your soul than it has been on mine. Because in my situation, the diagnosis of your son could make you doubt your own reasonable mind. I will now become the annoying parent that asks a million questions and annoy the fuck out of the doctor until he agrees that my child is just as brilliant as I am and doesn't need medication. And until my son is off the medication, he will be staying with me where he is safe. So I am making the definitive choice to go to jail probably. I am not returning my children to my ex-wife because she made the choice to place my oldest son on clozapine. She chose this because he is apparently too hyperactive in school and gets too excited. So my children won't be returning to my ex-wife and I will be keeping them. So I'll probably end up in jail for this and would really like the support of the people around me. I just don't think it's right to medicate children when you are too lazy to get out of the house and move around. Because that's what children need. They need to move and see and touch and feel. And they need adults to just not be lazy. For me, I've overcome a lot of things and I've never been medicated. Actually, the only time I was medicated was when I was going to jail for growing weed in my garage in the army. So because teachers and parents are so lazy, they chose to give my son a pill to change the chemical makeup of his brain. And did you know that one of the side effects of this Dr. Urgi is cognitive reduction, which is just a fancy way to say induced or retardation in my mind. And yet they want to risk that and fuck around with the chemicals in my son's brain. The natural chemicals in his brain that make him who he is. And they want to do all of this because they're too lazy to deal with him and it will be easier to take care of my child. That's wrong. So very wrong. And I don't have a say because she stripped me of my parental rights in divorce court by ensuring she was awarded sole legal custody. So with that in mind, I would like some support out there. Because I feel like the specific reason they took my rights in court is because I said I would not medicate my children. Because anytime I was ever in a mental health facility and talked to someone, no one gave me a straight answer. So I never took the medication, and my son shouldn't be forced to either. You are not keeping the boys. They need to be at the exchange location at 6 p.m. Sunday evening, or I will go to the police. Well, you are more than welcome to get the younger too, as I highly doubt you are trying to change the rate at which their brains absorb information as they are so young. But oldest will not be returning until I speak to whoever prescribed the pills you are giving him. And if you require the assistance of legal actions, then by all means make the appropriate action and speak to an attorney as I have done. Thank you and have a lovely day. Oh, and anyone who makes an attempt to remove oldest from my custody will be met with an oppositional equal force in defense of my child's well-being. Now until you feel as though you can let me speak to the medical person who wrote the prescription for you to obtain the prescription medication that you are giving oldest, I will maintain physical custody. Thank you once again, and please send a driver for the younger too unless you find my distress too distressful to do so. Thank you. I will be at the police station at 6 p.m. with the custody order in hand. If I do not receive all 3 boys, the police will be taking action against you. I am their sole legal guardian and primary physical parent. They will be doing more than writing a report. They can't do anything to me. I am protecting my child from Abu Dhabi sedation for the convenience of your laziness. I am the only one who is doing what is best for him. You are too lazy to care. You are up in arms over a medication that son is not even on. You do realize that, right? You have twice now gone to Facebook over a prescription that son does not have. And have not bothered to even read the bottle correctly. It doesn't matter what the medication is, whatever you are giving him to alter his brain chemistry. I am not okay with and will protect my child from. If you can't handle him, I will keep him from here on out. Here you go, Mallory. Take middle and youngest, so oldest, and I can go back home. We have plans. Mom, can I please come home with you? I don't want to stay here. You hush. I'm doing this to save you. You should be thanking me. Asterisk stumbles over, almost falling down on top of oldest asterisk. Your drink. Did you drive drink with the kids in your truck? No, we walked here. I'm not fucking stupid. I know how to be a good parent, unlike you. Now let's go, son, before your mom dopes you up on the spot and turns you into a zombie. No, I want to go home. Asterisk starts running towards Mallory asterisk. Get your ass back here. Asterisk tries to grab oldest, but an officer steps in the way asterisk. Sir, let's slow down. If it's her time with the kids, you need to let them all go. Let's not make this worse for the children. Officer, you don't understand. She's Dr. Ogging my kid because she's so fucking lazy she can't actually parent him. I'm trying to protect him. You need to arrest her. Sir, if you have an issue with medication your son is on, you need to take it up with the courts and the doctor, not here. I don't get to have a say because she's a liar and made the judge take all of my legal rights. Now get out of my way. Asterisk tries to shove past the officer, who brings him to the ground. Asterisk. Mom, please, can I go with you, please? Of course. Get in the car with your brothers and get buckled, okay? We're getting out of here now. No, he's staying with me. Son, don't you get in that car. Do you hear me? I'm your father and you will listen to me. Do you want to end up in cuffs in front of your children? He's leaving with his mother as the order says, and you can calm down before you end up staying here with me, ma'am. You're all free to go. That stunt you pulled with the police was unacceptable and once again proves that you do not care about the emotional health and well-being of our children. You allowed them to witness their father being brutalized and almost arrested by police to get I still demand to speak to whoever is unintelligent enough to prescribe brain-altering medications to my son. I will take this to the courts if you refuse to give me access to this information. You are more than welcome to come to his psychiatric appointment this week. The doctor is aware that you have no legal rights. But I'm sure they would be more than happy to explain son's diagnosis and treatment plan to you too. Help I will be your mind. Don't worry. And I can't wait for that doctor to look me in the eye and explain to me just why he thinks my son is defective. Oh, I can't wait to hear the bullshit they try to tell me. Okay, I will let them know you will also be attending. Hello, both of you. I'm glad you were both able to make it today. Hopefully, we can answer all questions either of you might have so we can all be on the same page moving forward. Oh, I have plenty of questions. Don't you worry. Okay, what would you like answered first? Well, first things first, where did you get your degree from? I studied at this college and graduated from this medical program. No, I mean, what country did you study in? Clearly with that accent you aren't originally from here. So I'd really like to know what country you came from. Trevor, seriously, we're here to talk about son's condition and treatment plan. No for you to make inappropriate jokes. It's quite all right. I was born in this country and came to America when I was a child. This is going to be a long meeting. I can barely understand what you're saying. Can we get a translator in here or something? So I would like to touch on the testing we did with son at his last appointment. We are aware that he has ADHD, but the results from his testing have indicated that he also is autistic. Author's note, oldest was technically diagnosed with Asperger's before it was included in the autism spectrum disorder. And what gives you the credentials to diagnose my son with that? He is normal. I don't know what she's paying you for these bullshit diagnoses, but it's over now. I understand that this news is difficult to accept as a parent, but it is good we know. Now we can get started on a treatment and therapy program to help him. I don't need to accept anything. because it's not right. You clearly don't know a damn thing about children. I have printed out some information sheets for the both of you to take home and read over for more information. I don't need that sheet. Okay, well, let's at least go over the information together so that we can get a basic understanding of what we are up against. Asterisk pulls pen out of his pocket. Asterisk, well, sure, Doc. Let's go over this. You see this whole section labeled symptoms? Let's cross it out because none of this bullshit applies to my son. And let's write in a new treatment plan, shall we? Medications. Cross that out too. He needs none of that. Instead, let's write in having a parent who isn't lazy and getting proper exercise outdoors. That's what he needs, not Dr. Zero G's. Sir, why don't you go ahead and leave my office now? I'm not going anywhere, buddy. You're stuck with me. Then I will call security to remove you. You have no legal rights to decide on son's treatment plan. Therefore, I have no obligation to allow you to stay in my office. I have no time for your petty nonsense. Get out. We need to discuss Thanksgiving break. I am unavailable to have the children during my scheduled time due to work, so we need to switch days or else they will have to come to work with me, which is very uncool and not safe. I'm sorry, but I work as well. You cannot just pick and choose what days you want. Then I will have no choice but to drive them in my truck to and from work with me. Then you will need to fix your license and insurance. Otherwise, you know you cannot have the boys in your vehicle. Can you not just have a kind spot in your heart for once? I am not compromising on this. That is impossible then. I would have to pay for insurance, then get the truck safety inspected, then registered. I am not able to do that. Then I am sorry, but you will have to wait until your next scheduled visit, when you will not have to drive them anywhere. Just go away and leave me alone. You can't even keep your word, which makes you a liar, and you are robbing the children of a relationship with their dad, all because you can't fulfill your promises. I can never do what you want. So just leave me alone and go be mean and vile and nasty to yourself and the boys and leave me out of it because I can't handle you acting like this. It's just another way for you to be mean and bully me. So just to confirm, you won't be taking your time over their school break? By Mallory, clearly not. I will try again to see my children next weekend. Hopefully you find some kindness in your soul to allow that. All I care about is getting a few hours to spend with my kids so that they see their dad, but you could care less about going what's best for them. I don't know how you live with yourself. You could do the right thing and give me your time. I deserve to see the kids too. They need to see me. You are too mean and selfish. A letter to my ex-wife. I want you to know, Mallory blank, that it doesn't matter how mean you are to me or how much you hate me or how much you try to hurt me. I am not going anywhere. No matter what you do, I am going to have a happy holiday season with or without you and the boys. I would love to be able to enjoy a weekend with them. But if you won't let me, then I will just go and find someone else who actually wants to spend time with me. Keep being mean and I will keep letting my happiness shine through all of the darkness you are trying to throw at me. So please, I hope you enjoy your holiday season. And tell the boys how much I love them. If everyone wouldn't mind sharing this post and tagging my ex-wife in this. So that way she will have to see it and see that I really do love her and the kids even when she is being unreasonable and Ian. Just double checking. Are you taking the boys for your visitation this week for Thanksgiving or not? I need to know so I can plan accordingly. I don't know, am I? A yes or no will suffice. See you next Tuesday. So is that a no? I'm not sure if I even can anymore after you accused me of being drunk at the last exchange. Now you're going to devise another way to keep me away from the boys by interfering with my ability to get the kids. So I don't know anymore. Am I picking them up, Mallory? Because you're apparently the one who's in charge of this. Decide what's happening and actually stand by your word and quit acting like a little bitch and toughen up and do what's right. Make a decision and stand by it and stop being a flaky little see you next Tuesday. Now, if you're asking if I want the boys with me, the answer is yes, of course. If it's convenient for me and you can work well there with me, why can't we just switch days to make it work? I cannot switch times with you, but if you want the boys for your scheduled time, that is fine, as long as you can show that your vehicle is insured and safe, and your license is valid. Well then, by Mallory, because I refuse to bend to your will. We aren't married anymore. You don't control me. I know you're mad at me, but you are definitely Abu-Dollaring your children with your selfish actions and anticipated antics. I really wish you were smart enough to see that and know that being mean to me is hurting your kids more than it will ever hurt me. Just think about your real dad. He unalived, and you don't even know who he was. That's what you want for your kids. One day they will come and find me, and just remember then that karma's bish baby. If you want to be involved, that's fine, and completely up to you. I will be at the exchange spot at the ordered time. Please bring proof of insurance and license then. Yeah, it's my responsibility to get them at that time at a location that is mutually safe and beneficial. You have determined that is the police station. But after last exchange, I feel as though that is neither safe nor beneficial to me. I am not going to endanger the lives and safety of my kids by driving to your house to force you to give them to me because you cannot keep your word as a person and only wish to anger me. After all the trouble you've put me through, this is on you. My attorney will contact yours shortly, and just know that when the officers from last exchange give their testimony in court, the judge will force you to comply to me. And just so you know, I will not be paying child support until this is resolved. So thank you for leaving a trail of evidence of your manipulation. Have a lovely day.